Mr. Lewison.
So, under the Workplace Safety and Health Incident Reporting Regulations, it is mandatory for employers to report work-related accidents where the employee was given more than 3 days of sick leave or hospitalized for at least 24 hours. In the last 5 years, an average of about 12,800 such workplace injuries were reported to MOM every year. The number has been stable over this period. Our reporting criteria are aligned to international practices, which focus on reporting injuries that are more serious. In fact, ours is similar to that of the European Agency for Safety and Health at Work. This EU regulation also requires reporting of any injury that results in more than 3 days of sick leave. The reporting regimes in other countries also do not require all injuries to be reported. For example, in the UK, beyond the prescribed list of reportable injuries, such as fractures, amputations, burns, or blindness, all other injuries are only reportable if the sick leave is 7 days or more. Hence, our reporting regime of 3 days or more is actually more robust. The UK also requires the injury to be reportable if it results in hospitalization for more than 24 hours, which is similar to our reporting regime. Our incident reporting criteria of more than 3 days sick leave and hospitalizations for more than 24 hours would already cover the serious or the more serious injuries that other jurisdictions deem reportable. Hence, our regime is comparable and equally robust as the other developed countries.
Mr. Lewison.
MS for the response. I just want two SQs. How does MOM know whether there's currently under-reporting of workplace injuries? And second, has MOM come across cases where doctors issue less than 3 days of MC so that the employer does not need to report the work injury to MOM? And what steps MOM will be taking to address this?
Mr. Speaker, I thank the member for the two supplementary questions. First, on the under-reporting. We have been monitoring the workplace injuries reporting since the scheme was revised in 2014. And our assessment and observation, and also our contacts with the companies and workers, suggest that there's no evidence of widespread under-reporting. But of course, we cannot assume that there will not be any under-reporting. But our assessment is under-reporting is still, constituting a minority. And anyways, under our regime, even if the employers do not report any workplace incidents, the workers themselves actually can approach and report the injuries or incidents to MOM. And for cases that are reported to MOM, we will take a look at the situation, and then we will take appropriate actions. In fact, I think in the last 1 year, there are close to 1,900 workers who report their injuries directly to MOM because they are not so sure whether their employers have made the report. So I think within our system, there has already a regime and also a discipline where we can ensure that the workers can report even on their injuries, even their employers do not. As for the member's second supplementary questions, what is your second supplementary question? Oh, okay. Right. This issue has been addressed in 2014 when we reviewed and revised our incident reporting regime. So in 2014, we decided and we had changed the regulation to ensure that even if doctor gives 2 days of MC and then have a break in between and then issue another 2 days of MC and so on, MOM will still deem all these injuries or MCs as reportable incidents, so long as the accumulative MCs is 3 days or more within a 10 days period. And if any doctors are found to have adopted this practice of issuing 2 days of MC, then have a break in between, a break of 1 day in between, and then issue another 1 or 2 days of MC. And if we come across such cases, and we will investigate, and indeed it is a practice to avoid reporting, for the employers to be reporting the incidents to the MOM, we will refer the doctors to the Singapore Medical Council for follow-up actions.
Mr. Lewison.
Can I ask MOS when is the next time this regulation is going to be reviewed? And during that review, whether MOM will consider adopting a system of workplace injury reporting similar to those of the US, UK, and Australia?
Well, I thank the member for the further supplementary questions. As I mentioned just now, that the Workplace Safety and Health Incident Reporting Regulation was revised in reviewed in 2014, which is about slightly less than more than 3 years ago. So we have been monitoring the implementation of this revised scheme, and we have found it to be working quite well so far. But of course, as a policy matters, policy review is always a work in progress. So we will continue to review and monitor the situation. If there's a need to further rebuild it in the future, we will certainly do so. And when we conduct the next review, we will certainly take reference from international best practices, including the countries mentioned by the member, the UK, the US, Australia, and so on. And we will study them together with other countries' best practices, and we will adopt the most relevant, practicable, and reasonable ones to be incorporated into to further strengthen our reporting regime. Thank you.
Mr. Nalachmi.
Thank you, Minister of State. In regard to near misses, is the minister considering mandatory reporting on near misses of certain specific injuries, since it is quite frequently happening at workplace? And how do we encourage employers to document near misses, or in fact, kind of register the near misses to the ministry, to MOM? Thank you.
So I thank the member for making a very important point here. This is, in fact, one of the priorities of MOM going forward in ensuring a better workplace safety and health in our workplaces. Right now, we have been focusing on the downstream workplace reporting and so on. But actually, the more important aspect is to move upstream, to encourage workers, employers, and also workers to report near misses within the company reporting systems. So in the last few months, we have been working closely with WSH Council to roll out plans to encourage our employers to take a more proactive approach in reporting near misses in their workplaces. And in that respect, we have actually developed a mobile app called SnapSafe, where any companies can download this mobile app and then use it as their internal reporting systems, where their workers or any other company, employees can report near misses to the management, so as to give the management the opportunity to rectify all these potential risks at the workplace, so as to prevent the workplace injuries or fatalities from happening. So that will be our directions going forward, to encourage more proactive interventions at upstream to make sure that all the downstream risks were to be eliminated. And as we had just rolled this out not so long ago, so I think it is too premature to talk about whether we want to mandate it for the companies to adopt the near misses. But certainly, we will consider it if the need arises one day.